Hello everybody, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and I'm here to channel into the Divine Masculine Collective. I was channeling all kinds of energies last night. It was very blissful. There's a lot kind of shifting behind the scenes when it comes to these elected new earth leaders, and I kind of wanted to talk about what came through in waking meditation. And so we are assembling the sacred brotherhood. It's like the army, assembling the army, the brotherhood of the rose. And so there's a lot of interactions taking place, a lot of energies kind of converging, and we've got a lot of potent energies this weekend with the astrology that I'm going to talk about in the weekend check-in. We got Mars going into Gemini, and so there's a lot of enlightened deposits kind of coming forward for many of the masculines. And I do feel the divine feminine, the Venus energy, has been exalted and has kind of zeroed out the karma when it comes to instilling these high values, these new imposed light codes. And I feel the feminine really is this guide when it comes to the masculine harnessing his authority. So right now there's a lot of distorted intellect taking place. A lot of these masculines, they thought they knew best. It was all about me, the ego, the self, and they really insisted on, being that very stuck energy. And I feel all of this distorted intellect is really what the majority of the energy is kind of bringing forward in order for the masculine to accept all of these cosmic systems. And there's a lot that's connected. So I kept hearing alpha influence. And so we are here for widespread revolutionary effect on society. That's what the Twin Flame Collective came here to do. And we are here to lead through self-love. And the masculine was chosen for this elected leadership position. And it's like this anarchy energy coming through. We got Kitty on the desk today, guys. This rejection of the cosmic order is bringing forward this constant change. It doesn't matter what the masculine does. He cannot prevail out of these chaotic conditions until he annihilates the ego. He's going to have to basically stop denying the value of this connection, is kind of what came through with these new earth energies. And so I kind of feel this resistance to this willingness to accept this connection is bringing forward all kinds of karmic judgment. And it's like this rule of law coming forward. Kitty, I'm going to just give Kitty a little toss off the desk, guys. So, all of this disproportioned energy when it comes to ego, power, and control, I feel the masculine, has to step down from the karmic entities in order to benefit the whole. I see. She come right back up, didn't she, Savvy? Yeah, she did. So this refusal to accept the call is bringing forward all of these unwelcome, overwhelming, opposing forces is what I feel. And so this is the absolute moment in time where the masculine is being asked to find that inner sanctuary in these times of crisis. I feel a lot of crisis energy. The feminine really has enhanced her gifts, and I feel she's attracting all kinds of loyal offers at this time. I know for myself, I've had several recent offers coming in. I seem to always attract deeply wounded masculine energies for some reason. But I do feel the feminine's role is to attract loyalty. And I feel the masculine is deeply isolated, obsessed with victory at any price with the divine feminine, but still coming from that place of ego, coming from that place of lack of loyalty. And so the higher self is insisting on this period, I feel, of deep isolation in order for the masculine to justly apportion his appropriate power. And so the power of communication is really what is needed at this point, I feel, when it comes to taking responsibility and the frameworks of these new foundations. So communication, and the masculine, got tempted by all of this lust for power, and everything is kind of destabilizing in his life. when it comes to this lack of responsibility. And so it's like the fight for good versus evil is kind of what it's feeling like, and this reorientation towards the future. That the guides are really focused on the seventh house energy for some reason. So that is the house of codependencies, and so I do feel a lot of tremendous past conditioning within the collective is kind of dissipating when it comes to humanity's future, the direction of humanity's future at this time. And all of those perversions and persuasions that the masculine went towards for influences really is being reevaluated, remodified, I feel. And all of these questionable existing patterns are really the catalyst for creating this newfound direction for the divine masculine. And so I do feel the return. I was shown the return. Hi, Kitty. The return. And so it is this sin of omission is what's coming through. The sin of omission, lying by omission, and the need to revisit the past. And so this transformation is going to require this retrogressive action, this retrograde period really is where this renewal is going to be taking place. And so the masculine's been trying to rationalize all of his skewed behaviors is what I'm feeling. And this has really led to a lot of self-delusions when it comes to this unnatural justification for the manipulative behavior. And so there's a lot of irrational focus when it comes to these past energies coming up, and this deep recognition of the divine feminine who has conceptualized these new forms and adapted on the spiritual journey already. And so what's really the detriment right now surrounding the masculine is the energy of vanity. And so I feel there's a lot of spiritual phenomenon kind of surrounding a lot of the masculines when it comes to this mental vanity. And I do feel a lot of rationalization. I do feel a lot of the masculines are struggling with addictions as well. I kept hearing the addict. And so the addictions really create this deep sense of regression. Around the masculine. And so a lot of difficulties when it comes to this regression, having triumph over these addictions, overcoming this irrational thought process. And this addiction really has regressed any successes in the masculine's life. And so I kept being shown the Hermit card. So this is the only way that transformation can take place is in that isolated state, in that hermit energy, Virgo. I know from my own journey, my divine masculine has a Virgo North node, and so that is the energy of the hermit, right? Pisces South node is all about the chaos, the conflict, and then, going into isolation in order to find that state of discipline during this renewal process. So the aloneness really is what's going to enrich the potential for the transformation. And so I feel a lot of the masculines have been living in this illusionary fantasy world, going through a lot of spiritual delusions, breaking free from the 3D illusion, and this will ultimately lead to that confession, the altar energy, giving it to God, this coming to Jesus moment when it comes to this confession, and finding the courage to admit the mistakes of the past once and for all, and to take accountability from a place of integrity, which many of the divine masculines have been lacking. And so if the masculine wants to start with a clean slate, he is going to have to face those fears with the moon energy. And he's going to have to be open. He's going to have to come back with full transparency in order to have that clean slate. He can no longer minimalize these past mistakes through rationalization. So confession into justification is what I wrote about. And we can no longer irrationally justify these past mistakes. They do need to be corrected. They do need to be confessed, and they do need to be given to God. And so I kept hearing gift horse. My masculine was born the year of the horse, gift horse. And so it's like, this opportunity that the feminine brought forward fell deaf on the masculine's ears. He was deaf when the opportunity knocked at his door. And so, which was due to all of the innate suspicion, I feel, and it did inevitably lead to a very big lost, missed opportunity with the divine feminine. And so I feel this is where the consciousness shifts, and all of that irrational suspicion really distorted the masculine's viewpoint, which did lead to a very big missed opportunity with the feminine. And so there's a lot being channeled to bring this into his awareness when it comes to the mind space. And I do feel trying to rationalize all of these negative concepts really is just forcing the masculine to eventually have to come forward with that confession and communicate that truthfully with others. And so the return energy, and I feel the masculine's going to keep hitting the same karmic territory over and over and over again until he actually learns this lesson, can review this lesson, learn it, and bring it into a new state of form. And so I feel the masculine's really in the mind space when it comes to all of these past life experiences at this time, and these past current life experiences. And it is this deep mental renewing is kind of what I feel. And so right now, the masculine doesn't really know what the next moment holds. And the feminine, I feel, really her greatest tool right now is her mind to use to her advantage, because we've mastered that lower ego energy, right? And so we can't control the transformation process. The resolution is coming on its own no matter what. And so during the moments of crisis, that's the only thing the masculine can do, is to go into moments of silence in order to hear the higher mind pop up. And I feel there's a lot coming through in the middle of the night. I kept being shown the Nine of Swords, a lot coming through in the middle of the night. And this very ignorant energy really needs to be addressed, because it really was all based in fear, right? Fear-based energy. And so they cannot make a decision from the mind space. I feel they're deeply triggered. There's a lot of anxiety coming up, a lot of fear. They're definitely under pressure to make this decision. And it's like solving the mystery energy. So we're going to pull in with some cards, guys. I was asked to grab my Fallen Angel deck today to dig into the masculine's energy. I also was guided to grab the tea leaf deck to kind of see what's going on in the masculine's life. We're going to pull in with these to start. So I am going to start off with the Fallen Angels deck. So travel, danger, you're in danger, girl. No, from the movie Ghost. And that's kind of what it's like. The masculine's been a ghost, right? I feel a lot of traveling into the underworld, into these cosmic truths in order to find that divine inspiration. And it's the energy of like being taken to the cross. So let's see what needs to come through with the Fallen Angels. So there's a lot coming up when it comes to the history and the confusion and the deception of these historical twin flame timelines, the murmur energy. So I feel like the murmur on the heart, the dark horse energy. I'm hearing dark horse by Katy Perry. So it's like karma's coming. That dark horse is coming, and the masculine's been, deceiving himself, deceiving everybody around him. And it is this energy, I feel, of, the rebirth, the phoenix. And there's a lot of confusion, right, going on right now. A lot of mental confusion. And there's the upheaval, guys. There's the upheaval, bringing it to the cross, a coming to Jesus moment, that rock bottom energy. And then we get the quiet strength. And then all of these kind of come out with the quiet strength. So we get the mystery and the danger. Ooh, look at that. It looks kind of like a cheetah. So having what it takes to go the distance, to facing all of these challenges, these mysteries. And there's that danger of loss. So all of this restraint when it comes to avoiding the enlightenment journey is leading to a lot of loss in the masculine's life. And, he's not been willing to heed that advice, but I feel a celebration, another energy of transformation, 21 celebration. So it's like the world, almost like a celebration, like with the Three of Cups, the angels are celebrating because the masculine knows It's time for him to take that advice from the feminine and to go towards her after this upheaval. So I do feel like a karmic settlement has been reached, and a zeroing out of the karma is kind of taking place in the energies. So we're going to see what comes through with the tea leaf deck, and look at that. In preparation for a reconciliation. So the old has to completely be rebirthed and died away. And I do feel all of this was stemming around the Aquarius Leo axis when it comes to the moon cycle. So I do feel that new moon in Leo, the masculine took a big hit. The full moon in Aquarius, I feel, brought another layer of revelation for the masculine. I'm pretty sure one flipped over here, guys. Yeah, there we go. Dealings, a relationship with a man, the angel. And so I do feel he's looking at the feminine as this goddess angel. And right now it is through the depths of the fall that the masculine finds his honor and respect. So I feel divine feminine, you're just being asked to embrace your angelic presence in the energies this weekend. You are the bearer of this spiritual guidance, and you have all kinds of protection from these harmful forces that are kind of the detriment of the divine masculine in the energies and the ring energy. A marriage will take place, so that alchemical union has been taking place, and the crowning. So I do feel good fortune and news is on the way from the divine masculine is kind of what's coming through. So get ready to receive some news. A message is likely on the way when it comes to all of these energies. Yeah, get ready for an exciting event, a shake-up in event, because we are stepping towards this spiritual enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. And I feel the masculine's like up there in the higher realities, flying a kite, Pisces energy with the fish, and that temporary situation is coming to a halt, is kind of what I'm feeling in the energy. So we're going to dig in with the illumination. Blessings, 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 those rainbow blessings. I feel a lot of the feminines are coming into unlimited wealth, and the masculine is definitely deeply emotionally vulnerable. So let's see what needs to come through. Oh, geez, the cards are just all over the place today. So we get the hopes and wishes, rejection, and navigate carefully. So I feel the masculine is so deathly afraid of rejection. I also feel either he's been recently rejected by the karmic to re-trigger that abandonment wound, or it's the fear of rejection of the feminine, right? And so we just got the children with the intimacy, and so there is a lot that needs to be restored within the connections where children were a factor. And I feel a lot of the counterparts held on to that karmic attachment because of the children or the connection that the karmic had with his children. And I do feel there's a lot of signs and syncs coming up that the masculine can no longer ignore when it comes to bring forward that apology, right? That coming to Jesus moment once again, and the rebalancing of all of the past regrets. So I do feel the masculine is drawn to you at this time to make amends, to bring forward that confession for the reconciliation. So he is drawn to you. He's stuck when it comes to sending a message. He's definitely really stuck up in his ego. He's been withholding communication, all of this bottled up emotion, bottled up communication, withholding stuck. But he is drawn to embrace this change, to go towards you, divine feminine. And I do feel there's those adequacy issues, right? The fear of rejection, fear of not being worthy, self-worth issues, big time, right? But making plans to take that risk towards you anyway for that fresh start. So I do feel right now the masculines are hitting a wall. They're deep within some heart chakra purging, some heart chakra pain, and they know where to go. They see the light, and you are that lighthouse for them. So let's dig into some of these past life energies. Educated and secret. So right now, this is like a hard-earned life lesson, a hard-earned degree in this higher education for these future successes. And so the secret on the heart that the masculine has been protecting has always been the feminine. And so that secret has come forward, and I feel he's being guided to break free from that karmic enslavement. And he's definitely at the mercy of a lot of humiliating exposure is what I'm feeling. And I do feel the feminine has all kinds of protection when it comes to her authentic expression. So don't hold back your expression, Divine Feminine. I do feel there's a lot of circumstances preparing the masculine to be guided towards you. But right now, all of these enslaved circumstances are keeping the masculine looped in this constant state of fear. I feel a lot of the masculines, too, have been a victim of abuse or theft or crime, and there is this deep underlying resentment, right? And so it's the masculines held on to this perception of no wrongdoing, that he didn't wrongdo anybody. It's all on the feminine, right? And no, he has to take accountability for his wrongdoing and forgiveness. So I talked about that with the blocks yesterday in the Twin Flame video. I'll post a video tag at the end if you missed it. What's holding up my Twin Flame journey. And so right now I feel the feminine is very much single. And if the masculines have broken free from that karmic attachment, I feel right now they're trying to find as many casual relationships as possible, and they're going through a very unconventional period, especially with the Mars and Gemini. It's all about variety, and I talked about that, and I will in the weekend forecast. So I also feel the feminines are very much single, devoted to their faith, devoted to their mission, devoted to their vows of service, and the masculine is being asked to step up to be that protector and that provider to the divine feminine. And so I do feel he's been outcast recently, ostracized, and is losing a lot of possessions because of that extreme codependent situation with the karmic feminine, which was just another reflection of the mother wound. And I do feel that the karmic's feeling very widowed at this time, a huge loss. And then we do get the mother and the father, so basically emperor empress energy. And so the feminine really is the example that the masculine has looked at. You know, the feminine has demonstrated her strength, and there's that karma coming back around, right? So this karmic burden is needing to be acknowledged, released, and healed in this lifetime. That is what we came for. We've carried these burdens of separation for far too long, and so this is the lifetime that we close out this burden, right? So spending time in nature is really going to allow us to work with these energies, because there's a lot of physical symptoms that the masculine is going through as a reaction to all of this crisis surrounding him. Emotional stimulus, physical stimulus, mental stimulus, and a lot of negative impacts in order for that shift in perspective, right? That new outlook, journeying towards fulfillment and finding his true soul tribe. So right now the masculine's very stagnant, very depleted when it comes to the friendships he's been connected with, and the karmic partner who really has contributed to the fall energy, right? And so choosing to find that new tribe, I feel a major shift in perspective. And there is going to be this breakthrough just around the corner is what I'm feeling within these connections. And so underneath the surface, it's like what's igniting the masculine's passions right now is the feminine's unconditional love. I feel he's looking towards her as this teacher. And there's the major life challenges taking place, all kinds of upheaval, change and expansion, and major purging of everything that can no longer remain. And I do feel a lot of telepathy. So listen and pay attention to the songs. A lot of the masculines are reaching out in song space and music. So there's a lot being transmitted emotionally and in the mind space when it comes to these telepathic connections. And so meditation is really going to help the feminine open up the channels of communication as the masculine rounds completion of this very, very painful past life lesson that is reaching resolution. Painful lesson for sure. So let's jump in with some cards. Page of Wands, Two of Wands, Crossroads, right? And but full disclosure when it comes to the third party interference is what's coming through. So I'm going to do a 9-card spread, guys. We're going to see what comes through for the Divine Masculine. So we get the Ace of Pentacles reversed, huge financial loss. 7 of Swords, Queen of Cups. So I know for my personal journey, my divine counterpart's dealing with the Pisces. And so I feel the karmic is been stashing away money, planning on sneaking away. I feel a huge loss of fortune for the masculine. And I feel the karmic's been, you know, pretending to be this loving energy. And the whole time swindling the masculine. And I do feel some recent exposure. And right now I feel the masculine's really in defense mode, facing some very harsh karmic judgment when it comes to the imbalances. And there's that Hermit energy, that Virgo energy. And we get the Lovers, right? And there's still that lack of apology coming forward and not willing to learn that lesson. I'm not coming forward. I don't want to admit that I was wrong. I'm not coming forward with an apology, even though I know this is a deep spiritual connection. This is my person in the world reverse. So just stubborn energy when it comes to bringing this lesson full circle, and they're going to get smacked with a great big tower. Everything is crumbling. Everything is crumbling. You could be dealing with the Gemini. But the masculine is definitely getting handed his head on a silver platter by the cosmic universe, universal energies. And so there's been a recent revelation of either cheating, stealing, lying, embarrassing, humiliation, and a period of rest and healing when it comes to the truth that's been exposed. And I do feel the masculine's on guard. I think he's got a lot of people coming at him, accusing him, aggressing him. And I feel he's really protecting his heart when it comes to this missed opportunity, this failed missed opportunity that he's not wanted to look at because he was giving to more than one. And so really going within in the mind space, in that cosmic prison cell, that cosmic bubble of truth, preparing to move forward. So let's take a look at the 7 of Swords, because there's been a recent exposure and a loss of money. So yeah, definitely it's been about money. It's been about money. So 7 of Coins, 10 of Pentacles. So a lot of these masculines spent a lot of time building that foundation, that financial security in the karmic contract, and losing it all. But that's going to trigger movement forward because it's the crossroads, right? Decision time. Decision time. Major loss of fortune. I want to look into the Queen of Cups, the Magician, the Empress, and the Temperance. So I feel a lot of these karmics manipulated through their emotions, being needy, and there is like a rebalancing when it comes to the Divine Feminine, because the Divine Feminine is the true alchemist, is what I'm feeling, and the Feminine is about to reap her harvest, which will bring in a lot of communication. Get ready to receive some communication about this missed opportunity. So let's take a look at this negative karma playing out. Oh, 9 of Cups, High Priestess, the Sun reversed. And so there's that drinking, the addictions, in the dark night of the soul, overindulging. But it is in the dark night of the soul, the overindulging and the addictions, that we go into the darkness and the mysteries of all. So a lot of underworld travel, and that's where the masculine steps into that visionary leader. But there's a lot of disillusionment taking place, a lot of delusions about which cup to choose. I was clarifying the Hermit again, and I got the Ace of Wands, the Knight of Coins, and the 10 of Wands. So taking those steps towards consciously releasing this burden. There's that coming to Jesus moment, definitely hitting that bottom point. But this is where the masculine finds a way to ignite his passions, to come forward and lay that new foundation, right? Making plans to lay that new foundation. There's the nightmares that I talked about in the sleepless nights due to the karmic. And I feel there's going to be like a lot of upheaval in the energies this weekend. So let's just grab a couple rose messages, rose oracle messages. So it is like the initiation, crossing the threshold, and a lot of ancient power activation when it comes to these starseed code activations. And so definitely in the throes of the birth, the rebirth energy, and preparing to come and sit at the table with the divine feminine. A lot of extremities when it comes to the masculine being pushed to return to the feminine, returning to each other. So I feel coming in devoted, coming in humiliated, and answering the call. So I do feel the masculine's deep within the wastelands at this time, and he's getting a major wake-up call. Things are going to drastically change is what I'm feeling, and that was my check-in, guys. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a twin soul reading with me, I encourage you to check out the description box below, guys, and I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.